All right, everybody, welcome to the call today. Scott Pierce, and we're going to be going over one of the PDF guides, 25, I think it's 25 factors. Let's go see real quick. I was just looking at it, but sometimes I just want to make sure I get the title correct. So at leadgenwebinars.com. Yeah, 25 factors that impact your home value. Yeah, that's a great one. That's going to be a good one. But before we go there, make sure you get into the mastermind group. I did a post. We were talking to, one of my people was talking to a lender the other day, and they came up with this ad, and I will be curious. It seems like quite a few people in the mastermind group liked it. I'm going to find, I did a video, and I want to put the video. So give me a second here. I'm going to drop I'm on my other monitor, and copy this post. I'm going to, the post is stop throwing your money. We were talking to a lender this morning, and let me bring this over, and I'll put the link in the mastermind group. So in this video here, it's 18 minutes long, but like in the first 8 minutes, I get through pretty much everything you need. How to create the landing page. It literally takes 2 minutes, because you're going to copy. If you want to do this, you will copy my landing page in the mastermind group. So this is a custom page that we took, and we created this landing page for them. So I show you everything in there. We do a Facebook ad, social media post, and email to our database for our buyer leads. And then I talk about doing short form videos, stories, reels, TikTok videos, and so on. So let me take that link, and I'm going to put it, I wanted to put it here this morning. And you know what? I'll tell you what, let me do this. I'm going to open up another tab. I hate to ruin that post, because it looks, I got that post set up as a post so you can see exactly how it should look. So I'm going to put the video here, and then I will grab this link. Yes. Send and more share options. I just want to grab a link, and no, I'll take care of it later. So if you want, go to the YouTube channel, just find us on YouTube, Listings to Leads, youtube.com/listings to leads if you're on your laptop, and you'll see that video. Just look for the video. Stop throwing your money away in rent. So anyways, find that video. And again, we walk through sending that through, and I showed an example of Follow Up Boss of sending that through to your leads. And that way they just click, they go to the landing page. One of the cool things about the landing page is that a lot of you may not know. Here, check this out. So here's the landing page, right? Stop throwing your money away. Stop throwing your money away on rent. You're just making your landlord rich. And what we're doing in here is we're talking about the idea of buyers. Some buyers are motivated by rents. All right, 6.9, 6.8, 6.7. But other people are going to be motivated just by the number, right? The monthly number. So in your area, if rents for some sections are comparable to mortgages, take advantage of that. And instead of talking about interest rates all the time, talk about monthly payments. All right, here we see you got a 580 credit score, you qualify, rates are dropping, move into a home you'll own, FHA, conventional, VA, right? Why throw your money away in rent? You can own your dream home. We can help you. But check this out. See pictures and pricing now. And then it's full name, email, and then dream in move date, optional. So they can let you know when it is that they want to move by. So they can just select, right? Boom. And then the idea here is that, and this was a lender, all right? So it's a little bit different for a lender. So the follow-up on this, the autoresponder, is going to be, in fact, I'll show you. Let me show you. If I go to landing pages, are you guys interested in this, or should I just go to the PDF guide, which we'll get to the PDF guide in a minute? but I thought it seemed like a lot of people were interested in this in the Mastermind group. So here's my landing pages. I'm gonna go to, I've got a lot of landing pages. So I like to go to table, and then I go to added. And then that way I can just find my most recent landing pages quicker. And if I click here, that'll take me to the marketing tools. I will click on edit autoresponder. And so here you can see what the autoresponder is. So it says, yes, homes are available for sale for almost the same price you're paying in rent. Stop paying more money to Wall Street and making your landlord rich. And this is all customizable. So in your area, one of the angles on this I was thinking was Wall Street, right? So if there's a renter and they're paying BlackRock or some subsidiary of that, let's stop paying Wall Street, right? Pay Main Street type of thing. So back to the autoresponder. So the way to engage here, so instead of sending them a list of homes that would be available for around that price range, $2,600 a month or whatever it's going to be in your area, we say, to make sure we get you the best list of homes available for you, please let me know what areas are your favorite for buying a home. And I'm sure there's a better way of phrasing that. And then 2, are you pre-qualified for a loan yet? And so if they don't respond back to that, then we're not going to send them the list of homes. So why would we? So here we're going to be able to A, find out what area they're looking for, B, get a little bit of engagement going, and then C, see if they're pre-qualified, because if they're not, it might be a good idea to get them pre-qualified at the appropriate time, right? We don't want to waste too much time with somebody that is not going to be pre-qualified. And so this can be a great way to act as a professional to help somebody that does say, listen, I am paying $2,600 a month in rent. And if you can get me into a home for around the same price, that sounds reasonable. But they may not still know the entire process of doing all of this. All they know is, it makes sense if I'm paying this much in rent and I could own a place, that would seem really cool. But make sure you are helping and walking them through, because they probably are renting. They may have never owned a home before. And the last thing I'll say here about the autoresponder, there's a link here called report link. And that's going to be to a PDF guide. I'll show you what that looks like in a second. But how I added that, right below every autoresponder, I can include the PDF guide. And so when you do that, it'll drop a link and you can move it around. And let me show you, if I come up here to preview, this is what that autoresponder looks like. So 15 things new homeowners can do to save money. That's the PDF guide I selected. Those are my listing leads signature at the bottom. Make sense? Maggie, I'd like to know about follow-up. Yeah, so for follow-up, either A, you can use our follow-ups on the left-hand column. You can see here, follow-ups. You can also send to your CRM, including Go High Level using Zapier. But most CRMs, a lot of CRMs, we got direct API connections with. And you'll see that in your profile. But yeah, and then we've also got the AI text follow-up for listings and home value. So anyways, and here you're going to see the marketing tools. And so again, this is a custom landing page. It was a custom landing page buyers. And in the video I referenced, I show you from square one how to do the whole thing. Right, there's my ad. This image, to be honest, I'm not crazy about the image. For the landing page, it's actually fine. For the post here, it's too close. So I would actually redo that image for the ad to pull the house back a little bit so that you can see the whole home. Right now, it's a little bit discombobulated looking with how close it is to the camera. And then we got a Google ad, which in the video I talk about, I wouldn't really run a Google ad for this one. For Google ads, I usually stay with sellers. We got the social media post. So this is the free post. I can go up to X, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Google. You could embed this landing page at your website or a blog post or whatever. But yeah, take a look at that later if you like. But, and again, in the mastermind group, if you search for, in fact, let me just put this right here. Let me just drop it, because at least somebody is going to find it. So here we go. Stop throwing your money away in rent. Ooh, that's weird. Let's go H1, take it off, stop throwing your money in rent. See how to create a custom landing page with Facebook and Instagram ads, post, e-flyers, short form video, scripts, more. I will come back to that a little bit later, and I'll make that a little bit nicer. But I know a lot of us are looking actually for buyer leads, right? Who here is looking more for buyer leads versus seller leads? Obviously, we always want seller leads, but I think a lot of people would love to grab some buyer leads. And so I want to make sure I get that out there for you guys. But let's go to listings to leads. Let's log into your account. And when you first log in, you're going to land on the dashboard. So let's move over to the PDF guide, 25 factors that impact your home value, because that's a great guide. It's a really great guide. I'm going to click the marketing calendar. Again, every single day of the week, you should be doing something in listings to leads every single day, right? Whether it's marketing a listing, whether it's yours, borrowed, new construction, one of the best things that you can do to stay in front of your market. This is going to generate buyer, and you're going to get some seller leads from this as well. If you do the open house using listings to leads, open house marketing and mastery, man, I got clients every weekend. They're getting buyers and listing appointments from doing open houses. They would talk about marketing a pending or sold listing as either the listing or selling agent. So if you got a recently pending listing, make sure you're using that, because that is some of the best ways to generate listings. So again, you could be the listing agent on a pending sold, or the selling agent where your buyer is in contract. So you can generate some of the best seller leads on a listing where your buyer is in contract. And so what people do is they add it to their listings to leads account. They use our marketing tools, and they get listings, right? They'll get more listings in the hopper before they even close escrow. So how amazing would that be for your business? And here's what we're going to do today, Wednesday, the 25 factors that impact your home value the most. Tomorrow, we're going to be looking at the 100-point home marketing plan and new construction. And so I do recommend for most people, try to do 2 ads a week. Try to at least do 1 ad. And I would say do the listing and the sold pending are my 2 favorites. I would try to do those. Where you don't have a listing this week. So for example, let's say you don't have a listing. You didn't go find one to market from somebody else to borrow. You wouldn't go find a new construction, get permission to market it. So you might consider looking at the new construction to bring in some buyer leads. And again, here as well, if you do not have a sold or pending listing to do a Facebook ad with, I would probably do the 100-point home marketing plan, or maybe the PDF guide. Pick one of these 2. So there's always you've always got the ability to run paid ads, even if you don't have any listings. But for this one, I'm going to click on the date, and you can see here, we got the checklist, the guide. Go to the marketing tools real quickly with the checklist. Let's just get our strategy behind this. And seller PDF guide. You can see social media free and paid. So we got Facebook and Instagram, social media post, short form video, Google ads. For your database, we got the e-flyer that we're going to send to our database, and I'll show you using Follow Up Boss, but almost any CRM you can do it with. We are also going to call through some of our leads with a script that we've got available for you. And I'm actually going to show you some other ways to incorporate this PDF guide into some other marketing that you may be doing as well. And then lastly, farm and circle prospecting. And in fact, I just had an agent in the mastermind group, and I started answering her. Let me see if I fully answer, because this is a great use case for the PDF guide. If I come down here, her post, right here. So Ashley asked, so it sounds like she's got a listing that just sold. Yeah, so here we go. When you send one after the sale, yeah, just sold. Talking about the nearby homeowner letter. She didn't do the one for just listed. So what I would tell her, if you send out the just sold, let's say you do a just sold nearby homeowner letter, and you get a listing, you don't get a listing, whatever. But yeah, it would be a great idea to use either the print flyer or the postcard or door hanger for this PDF guide as like your next round of marketing to that geofarm or to the circle prospecting group, if that makes sense. In fact, I was going to actually do some training on that, because if you got a listing, you use a nearby homeowner letter during the open house. Maybe you use the nearby homeowner letter again at pending or just sold, and it's a great area and you don't want to lose your momentum. Yeah, definitely take one of the seller landing pages, take one of the PDF guides, and get either the print flyers or the postcards or the door hangers to, again, keep that momentum and get more listings out of that farm. You'll see the step-by-step guide right here. So if I click that, it'll take me to a jump page, just because they're seller and buyer guides. And so they're a little bit different. I will click on the one for seller. And it's a great write-up, okay? I highly recommend this. Right, walking through a lot of great stuff right here to help make sure that you leverage this in the best way possible. So take a look at that, and then let's just go and click on, let me just close a few of these windows that I don't need anymore so they don't completely. So I'll just click on marketing tools now. And I keep on, we got what, 40 plus PDF guides for sellers. We got so many PDF guides. So view and then download. So let's download the guide, English or Spanish. Let's just take a quick look at it. And here we go. Beautiful. These will match your brand colors, your logo, your branding. So everything's going to look fabulous, right, all the way through. And at the end, boom, nice, beautiful, good stuff. So that's the guide. And we got a bunch of tools here. So this will follow the step-by-step guide post. So the ad, Google, social media post, short form video script. We're going to hit up our database with the e-flyer, and we're going to call through our database. We got print flyers, postcards for the geofarm circle prospecting. And then we got a farm circle prospecting script, and lastly, a QR code. So for the ad, 2 or 3 ways you can do this. One is you can run this to the location. I can just say, I want to run it to Folsom, California. We're going to default to a lifetime budget of $50. You can add more to it if you want to. We're going to default to 1 week. You can change, if you got a beautiful image from Canva or you want to do a video, totally can do that. And you'll see here, there's an autoresponder. That's all done for you. Don't need to do anything here. Everything's done. All you have to do, right? Type in location, confirm everything, and click create ad. It's literally that easy. Now, I mentioned there's 2 to 3 ways of doing this. This is one way. If you're using custom audiences, and let's say, yeah, there we go. If you're using custom audiences, let me just turn this off. And again, click Facebook and Instagram ad, come back to the work area. You could also turn off location and then come down here to retarget current leads. And if you've got a custom audience that you want to use, now custom audiences can be hit or miss. So if you're going to use a custom audience, do it in the manner of A/B testing or long-term return. Because a lot of times I see people, oh, custom audience, it's homeowners. These people, who knows if they're motivated, right? So you're really limiting the reach of the ad. Now, the great thing is just homeowners. So a lot of buyers aren't going to see it. A lot of random people aren't going to see the ad, but it can be a little bit hit or miss. And plus, a custom audience, let's say I go to Red X and I get a custom audience of, let's just say every homeowner in my area. I literally get an audience of every single homeowner Red X has in my area. And this isn't a dig on Red X, because it's true with every one of these types of services. Sometimes, I was talking to a client yesterday and he was a little concerned because he said, I looked up and he couldn't remember which one he was looking at, but it was one of those Red X type services, but it wasn't Red X, it was somebody else. And he goes, I was reading the stuff about it. And he goes, it sounds like up to half of the information may not match in a custom audience. And I told him that's true because, when Red X gives you the information, you got a phone number, you got an email and their name. And that's how Facebook will match to a custom audience. People change phone numbers, they change emails. A lot of homeowners are older. They might be in their 60s or 70s even, and they're not going to come up in the custom audience. So that's just a long way of saying, when you're going to do a custom audience, think of it more as testing in the beginning and or a long-term, I don't want to say long-term, that's not the best way of saying it. But if you're going after leads, I would just use location, $50 lead ad. But this is a great viable alternative to spend money where we're just staying in front of homeowners. God, I hope I didn't confuse everybody with that. And if you're into retargeting, you'll know what I'm talking about. All right. So retargeting. So we used location, $50, got the ad done in 5 seconds. For those of you that are a little bit more advanced and you want to do the retargeting, again, check the box, add in your audience. And now you've got 2 more options. Either leave lifetime budget of $50, right again, or I can say, I'm going to do $100 to that custom audience for 1 week. Or maybe I say, because it's to a small custom audience, not the larger location, I could probably do a month for $100, right? Or 2 weeks or whatever. The other thing you can do is daily, like $3, and then come down here and just hit create ad. So if there's any part of that explanation about custom audiences and retargeting that confused you, don't even worry about it. It's not going to hold you back from getting leads, and it's something that you can get into later. So we got Google ads. This can be great. Right now, Google ads are expensive. Look at that, $50 a day. I do not want people going broke doing Google ads. I would rather you print up 100 print flyers and door knock. Literally, I'd rather have you print up 100 flyers and door knock than go broke using Google. But for those of you that are doing Google, all you gotta do is put in location, and we got everything else done for you. You can come into the advanced options. I think you're going to be pretty impressed with all the different customizations you can do, but we've got everything set up. You don't need to come in here. And I've heard really good positive feedback from clients using the Google ads. All right, so Google ad, social media post, completely customizable. I would definitely do this. This is something that I would do every week, right? I want to get an ad out there, or not an ad, a post that will be of value to homeowners in my area. So 25 factors that impact your home value. Now, if you want to post these PDF guides to your social media, you can actually completely automate that. If you click on social content, and I'm going to open up a new window, there's actually a topic here for PDF guides. All right, so again, social content. And if I go to topics, I can select PDF guides for sellers and buyers. And I got it in Spanish too. So I can select those as topics and save it. And that way on my calendar, it will just randomly post. I think it's like one a week. We try to make sure we get 1 or 2 a week. And for example, you can see, let's see if I can find one. And man, I know I just saw one the other day. National Amaretto Day. Ooh, wow. Nice. Oh, expired listing. There we go. So this is going to post on the 10th, which is what, tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow. So here's the post. And so, yeah, all the different PDF guides that we've got will cycle through social content. So if you want to do that, if you want to auto post this without even thinking about it, do that. Short form video scripts. This is something really for a lot of you. This is just gold, right? This is just literally gold dropped into your lap. The biggest problem a lot of agents have, obviously, is visibility. The second problem is budget. You don't have a lot of money to increase your visibility. Getting into doing these videos and posting them up to YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook is going to be one of the best ways you can start increasing your visibility. I know clients, if you consider the fact, in fact, let's do this real quickly. Let's right click PDF guides, because I want to show you, we've got like 80 different PDF guides. I don't know if we actually number them so you can see exactly how many we've got, but we've got a lot. And every one of them has a short form video script. So if there are any of you that are, I don't want to use the word complaining, but you're concerned about your business, I would come over here. And if you're really into it, I would pick one a day. Between 80 of them, you're going to be able to use, it'll be about 3 months, and you're not going to do it every day. If you can do 4 or 5 a week, that would be phenomenal of these. And you're going to have like a 3 to 4 month cycle. No one is going to remember if you did this video, right, 3 or 4 months ago. And so here, how to sell your home in a changing market, marketing tools, short form video script. And there we go. All right, here's the short form video script. And this is free. All right, so these are absolutely free. There's no excuse not to have increased visibility every day, every week, using the tools on Listings to Leads. We just got too many, right? And a lot of them are free, but what it does entail is you actually doing it, right? You doing the video. If you do not know how to use this, here's what you do. Click send. Just send it to yourself and, right, use it as a script to record the video. Now, if you want to use a Teleprompter app, click that blue button and there's a video. And in this video, I show you how to take, hold on a second. In the video here, I show you how to take that email that you just sent to yourself and how to upload it into a Teleprompter app, how to use the app. All right, so I walk you through all that stuff. Personally, I wouldn't even use a Teleprompter app. I would literally just paraphrase, right? I would just spend 5 to 10 minutes going through the script, and then I would just paraphrase it, do the best I can, and I'll do one every day if you have the opportunity. And I know all of you have 10 minutes in your day, right? You're sitting there, you're scrolling through other people's videos. You're scrolling through, you're checking out everybody else's videos on TikTok or Instagram or Facebook or whatever it is. Become a content creator, start doing your own videos. In the listing, in that marketing calendar, right? If you look at that marketing calendar here, I think every single one of these days has a video script. So you're never going to be, and that is in addition to the PDF guides. So you could literally do 2 scripts a day and never run out of content with Listings to Leads. Next up is the e-flyer for your database. Now we want to make sure we are doing this every single week. All right. This is a phenomenal email. All right. I get so much great feedback from clients. So you can send it from Listings to Leads, or through your CRM. So let me show you, if you want to send this through your CRM, just click copy code, right? Copy code. So I just copied, you see down here, copy code successful in the bottom left. I'm going to go to my CRM and let me just go back to the editor. All right. So you go to your CRM, go to wherever it is that you're going to do the email. All right. Create email, whatever it's going to be to your, in this case, this is for your seller leads. I don't know that I'd send this to my buyer leads, but in Follow Up Boss, check this out. There's this horizontal editor up here. All right. Bold, insert image. And then on the far right, insert HTML. You click that, a little pop-up's going to happen. Paste in that stuff we did before. And what? I literally just did this 2 seconds ago. Oh, that might have been in from my previous email that I was doing. All right, no worries. Just if you see something like that, it might be something that you, oh my God. All right, let's try this again. I literally just had this in there earlier. And so again, we're going to click insert HTML, paste that in there. I guess I'll replace current maybe. That is so weird. I was literally playing around with this right before we got on this call, and that was not happening. Let's just see here. Yeah. All right. That's good. So we got the first name tag. You got the image. We can pull it down here and make it a little bit bigger so it's easier to see. And there's a signature. Now it's a little bit of space here, right? So I'm just going to just make it a little bit good, much better. And get that out the door. 25 factors. Let me click preview. Let me give it a subject line. New guide for, in fact, you know, what was, somebody told me, I want to try this out real quick while we're together. I believe it's like subjectline.com, or we can even use ChatGPT. Let's do this. I am going to take this and I'm going to, I don't know if this is the same website somebody was telling me. Yeah, I'm going to use ChatGPT. Hold on a second. I'm going to go to ChatGPT and I'm going to say, I am going to send this email to my seller leads and homeowners in my area. Please give me, oh my gosh, I'm typing on my other monitor, so you're not missing anything. Please give, but I don't know if it's ChatGPT, my computer, but man, it wants to slow down so bad. Please give me an engaging subject line to get people to reply back. And I'm going to paste in the email content. I'm going to hit return. And let's give a couple. I will bring the replies over here. And it's giving me a list of, here, let me just bring it over. So top performing subject line to encourage replies. So curious. All right. Your home worth. What do you guys think? Anyone have a vote on what you think the best subject line would be? And I do this a lot with ChatGPT and Grok both, right? I'm doing something, I was like, hey, give me something a little bit different. And I like number 10. This free report could be, in fact, you know what? Let's do this now. Let's go to subject line. And this is my first time ever using this. I don't know. They're probably going to like try to get me to create an account when I do this. But let's just see what they say now. About 91. That's pretty good. Needs subtle urgency. All right. Length is over 50. Yeah, it is. It's a little long for sure. Our advice. And so they're giving me original, more fun, urgency. Get your top home value question answered now. I like that one. And so I think I'll take that one into follow-up boss. And that will be my subject line. Get your top home value question answered now. In fact, I got an ad I'm running for somebody a little bit later. I think I might run that subject line in my ad for him. I think that might be nice. Anyways, and then send it out to your leads. This is such a great email to send to your leads. For the seller PDF guides, I would send those just to my seller leads. For the buyer guides, some of them would be appropriate for all of your leads. One's for like down payment assistance or first-time home buyers guide. Obviously, I would not send those to my seller leads, right? My sellers are not first-time home buyers, right? They bought a home. So no point in sending that one. But there are other buyer guides, right? Buying a home in any season. The point being, there's other PDF guides that we've got that would be absolutely appropriate for seller leads. But I think, again, for the seller guides, I would only send them to my seller leads. Now, this brings us to the database call script. You've got to call your leads. There's no point in generating leads if we're not going to call them. Now, one of the things I would also do is I'd also text. So let's go to ChatGPT. I'm going to say, I want to send a text to my homeowner and seller leads for this guide. What should my text be to get the ones that may sell in 2025 to respond back asking for me to send it to them? So I should have said maybe text message, or they got it. Okay, good. Let's see what they come up with. Because you should also send a text out to your database as well. And yeah, I like that text. I like number 1. Number 2 is good. All right. I'm going to drop this into the GoToWebinar control panel. I'll also put some of this together as a post in the Mastermind group a little bit later. So there you go. So send a text out as well to your database. So we're going to email everyone. You're going to send a text if you got that capability, or if you got that functionality, but you're still going to call. You're still good. That doesn't get you out of calling 5 to 10 to 20 people. If you sat in your house all day or drove around all day and you didn't talk to anybody, you wouldn't get any business. So the name of the game is, how many people can we talk to every day? That's why we generate leads. That's why we're doing Facebook ads. That's why we're doing the posts. That's why we're using the nearby homeowner letter. That's why we're using all these tools. The tools themselves do not drop listings or buyers in our lap. It is the conversation that we have between the time that we generate the lead and we close the deal. So the more conversations, obviously, the closer and the more business we're going to get. So please call your database with the script. It's absolutely awesome. When you do the email and the text, 2 things will happen. One is you're going to get more people wanting to talk to you and get the guide. And 2, you're going to get more people telling it to stop bothering them. And both are great. You want both. Because I want to know, who should I not be wasting my time with? And who should I be putting my time to? So make sure, again, send the email, send the text, and call through using the script. It's a phenomenal script. You're going to talk to more people. And even if you leave a voicemail, it's absolutely worth it. So one more thing about social media before, because we covered social media, we've covered now our database, but there's one more thing on social media, and I'm going to come back to the marketing calendar. It's a little bit of an aside, but just stay with me here if you don't mind. We're going to go to Instagram, and I'm going to show you how to use the guides with listings. Make sense? Maybe not. Let's go. I'm just navigating to the playbook for marketing a listing. And this is true for pending or sold as well. So any listing at any status, I'm going to show you how to combine marketing a listing and a PDF guide. And you're going to see right here, Instagram, Facebook story. Normally there's an image that displays here. There might be something wrong with the blog, but regardless, click here to see examples of Instagram stories. And we got some TikTok examples. Here's a video. If you don't know how to do an Instagram story like this, like what you see here, using polls and links, definitely check this video out. In fact, I will give you all this link here so you can take a look at that a little bit later. But if I click here, check this out. So here's a story, and there's music here. So, there's music. I don't like to play the music, obviously, too much in the webinar. But notice I got a poll, and this is linking to the single property website. But check this out. Here's an open house. And this is part of the 5 stories in 5 days for our open houses to really get those promoted. And right here's the poll. Is this kitchen your vibe? But then check this out. Get the guide, 6 things to check before buying a home. And so right from my Instagram story, people can click and go to the link and they can download the guide. There's other examples. So here's a single property website. Then there's a poll. And free ultimate guide to buying a home download. And where is dear? Let me show you pending and sold while we're at it. So here's an example of a pending story and just sold in Folsom. All right, 100-point home marketing plan. So that's another one of our landing pages. Instagram story, right, on a just sold listing. And it's a link to a home value landing page. So right from Instagram stories for absolutely free, you can include links to the PDF guide landing pages or what's your home worth landing page or the 100-point home marketing plan landing page. So again, you are not throttled by budget as far as increasing your visibility and your free lead generation. And pairing up the tools and listings to leads can help you get more free leads by doing things like short form videos with the PDF guide, by doing an Instagram story for a listing, right? For maybe a new construction listing that you're promoting this week. That's your deal of the week, your listing of the week. And in that Instagram story, you can include a link to a PDF guide, one of 40 different guides from listings to leads. And so you've got so much content to share. It's just a matter of how you're going to do it. And I'm giving you so many different ways of doing it. So let's go to, we got 8 more minutes. Let's talk about geofarm and circle prospecting. If you've got, maybe like I said earlier at the beginning of this call, you got a listing where maybe you did the open house nearby home in a letter a couple of weeks ago and still on the market. It hasn't sold, but you still want to get more listings in the area or get yourself set up, right? Because you're not going to go, I want to get listings in Whitney Oaks and tomorrow have one. It may take 15, 30, 45, 60 days. So we need to keep that momentum going all the time. So you may consider grabbing a print flyer or a postcard or door hanger. They essentially all work the same way. I'll tell you what, I like the print flyer. And because I just did this last week, I'm going to show you, I'm on my other monitor, I'm bringing up these, and I know it sounds so dorky. Nonetheless, I don't know why the postcards are taken. I think we're trying to upgrade our internet. I'm telling you, we're having more problems than not. Anybody ever heard of like a Mocha device, MOCA? Anyways, we're trying to install a couple of Mocha devices. We literally have 3 or 4 coaxial cables running through. And so matching up the Mocha device with the coaxial cable and then making sure we don't have wireless leaking. So we got anyways. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways. So here's the postcard. All right. Door hanger. And then again, the print flyers. So I would, if you got a listing again and so let's say you did the open house, nearby homeowner letter, or they just listed, people get so many listings from that. And again, you don't want to let 2 or 3 months go by without engaging those homeowners again, because then they're completely forgetting about you. So consider taking whether it is a print flyer or grab the postcard or door hanger. You saw last week where, I showed you how you can download one of these and you can actually upload into Mailbox Power. Here's what I like to do. If I like to download the PDF guide, I'll show you real quickly. And I can actually do it in like 2 or 3 minutes, just so you can see it can be done. And if you want to, we are recording this, so this will be available later on YouTube. So if I go to saved projects and I don't like that. Anyways, so check this out, create new project. What I'm going to do is I'm going to upload this QR code for mailing, and I'm going to insert a dynamic QR code and a dynamic home image so that when that postcard is delivered to somebody, it's going to have their home on the postcard. And if they scan the QR code, even if they do nothing else, I will get a notification that XYZ at 123 scanned my QR code. Even if they don't fill out a landing page, I've got them. So I can reach out to them. And again, in Mailbox Power here, we are talking about postcards. So 8.5 by 11 postcard. I'm going to personalize it. I'm just going to call it 25 factors. Oh, God dang it. And we're going to, we got 4 minutes. We should be able to do this in 4 minutes. It's actually really easy. So I'm going to upload the postcard front. Normally you do front and back, of course, but for now, I'll just do the front. So I just want you all to see some of the different options that you have. And I don't know if Mailbox Power is the only company that does this. I'm sure others do it. I just know about Mailbox Power. So now here's the postcard. Right now, this is standard. This is good to go. I don't have to do anything else. But of course, I like to overcomplicate my life and make everything more complicated than it needs to be. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this image to be of the home of the postcard recipient. It's going to be more engaging. And oh, God dang it. Let me refresh. Let's get that back in there. All right, perfect. All right, so there's our postcard. Now I'm going to add, all right, we're going to add the dynamic photo here. So the first thing you do is you come up to the top right, add empty photo box. Now, why this is in the complete opposite space as all these other photo related things is beyond me, but nonetheless, click it. It's going to drop that thing in here. And I'm just going to replace this. I'm just going to replace that right there with their home. So your photo here, come over to the far left, dynamic images, click it through. And then on this page here, look at all these options. The one you want for this is street view photo, bottom left, street view photo. Boom. That's all you had to do. It's literally that easy. So that would be better than default, right? Default is great. This is even better because now they're going to be looking at their home. They're going to be like, oh shit, 25 factors impact your home. That is my home. You're talking to me. But I want to go one step further because again, I love to overcomplicate my life, but I like to get more out of my life. So I'm going to change this QR code to a dynamic one. So again, we lost, and again, I don't know why, we lost that little thing to add in the photo up here on the top right. So to bring it back, just come over to photos and click it like twice to, like I did, just boom. This up here is back in the top right. I'm going to click it again. I'm going to make it small. ish for my, now be precise. Don't be lazy. Get your glasses on. We're going to actually zoom this in, but I like to get it modestly accurate first. And then there's a zoom in the bottom right. And we're going to be done in about 2 minutes. So I'm going to click on the zoom. And if this QR code is off base, you can move things around a little bit. And I just want to make sure that I am as close to these edges. I just want to be as perfect as possible. And that's because if your QR code is not like mostly a square, don't be weird aggro about it. Okay. But you want it to be pretty close. Now, dynamic QR code over here, boom. And what we're looking for, just to double check, because people are going to scan this with their phone. So it's got to be right. You just want to make sure that there's the white border all the way around this. And if you did what I showed you, which is nice and easy, you'll get that white border, no problem. And if you try to do it like it's way out here, it's just hard. Like, hey, if you got 2100 eyesight or whatever that would be, go for it. But now I've got a postcard with a dynamic image, dynamic QR code, and then from the rest, upload the back, get your mailing list or whatever it's going to be, and get that out the door. Awesome. Is that pretty cool? Again, I don't know. I'm sure there's other postcard companies that do this. I just don't know. Who they are off the top of my head. But if I'm getting the mastermind group, I'd love to know about any others that do this as well. Good to go, everybody. I want you to go rock it. Following along the creating Facebook ad. Maggie, 1 second. I'm sorry. Following along LDL. No, probably the issue with your Facebook account. So I would get with our support team on that one. Yeah. Typically, if you're in your account and that Facebook button is not working, it's probably because you've got an issue with your Facebook account itself. And so our connection to it is not active. So it's essentially inactive. And so you'll just not have the ability to do anything. Because again, when we connect to Facebook via the API, your account is and it could be, your credit card could have expired in Facebook, whatever, could have been a lot of things. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. Hope you got a lot out of this. Let us know if you have any questions. Get into the mastermind group, get with our support team if you need to, and we'll talk to you soon. Have a great week.